Narito na ako, Noli Iyala, kilalanin ang mga nasa likod ng bawat laro. Sa buhay man o sa playing court, game na tayo! Power and Play sa Radyo 5, 92.3 News FM.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at huwag magpatalo. Ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, Chumbe, Sibay, Lakay, Amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Kung kayo po ay fan ng Meralco Bolt, siguradong kagabi nag-inuman na kayo. Samantala kung kayo naman ay tagasunod ng San Miguel Beermen, naku po, aray ko po, umiiyak na kayo. At marami pa tayong mga balita ang pag-uusapang katulad niyan. Kaya dito lang kayo ngayong Sabado ng umaga sa inyong paboritong kasama tuwing Sabado sa almusal. E di paano? Bango na! Power and Play na!
Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat mga kapatid. Muli po nagbabalik ang inyong paboritong kasama tuwing Sabado, ang Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum, Cherry Tigo, it's fun to drive, at ang Chooks to Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Ako po si Noli Iyala at as always, 2 oras na naman tayo ng hitik na usapan tungkol sa mundo ng palakasan. Siya nga pala, official na po nagsimula ang tag-init, ang summer. Naku, talaga namang napakainit sa labas. Napakainit na po. Kaya mag-iingat po tayo. Kailangan patuloy na nag-hydrate. Tayo po ay magdala ng payong kung tayo po ay nasa sa lansangan. At kung kaya naman ay pumasok tayo sa mga malalamig na mga gusali o di kaya sa ating mga bahay, yung ating pong electric fan. Pero ang sakit din, Jerjen, no? Yung taas naman ng kuryente, hindi ka makapag-aircon, hindi mo mabuksan yung electric fan mo ng buong araw, pambihirang buhay ito, no? Kaya po talagang inom na lang tayo para medyo lumamig ang katawan, uminom lagi ng tubig. Marami po tayong pag-uusapan ngayong araw pong ito. Kagaya na nabanggit ko kanina, napakainit na rin ng bakbakan sa PBA. 2 koponan na ang nakalusot patungo sa semifinals. Of course, yung top-seeded Magnolia ay pasok na ng tambakan nila ang Phoenix kagabi. Samantalang lusot na rin po ang Meralco kontra San Miguel. Naku, pag-uusapan natin mamaya yung San Miguel. Sa dami ng kanilang nakuhang player, sa galing ng import na sabi nila ay talagang NBA, napasibat, napauwi, napabakasyon ng napakaaga ng Meralco Bolts. At talagang kamot ulo na lang ang mangyayari dito sa San Miguel. And definitely, panibagong palaisipan yan dyan po sa kanilang koponan. Pamaya makakasama natin ang import ng San Miguel Beermen, si Shabazz Muhammad, sa isang napakagandang interview that we got just before he played yung kanyang pong knockout game kagabi. No? Mamaya rin po ay ating makakapanayam ang 2 player ng Cignal HD Spikers. Mga bagong lipat na si Ces Molina at Ria Meneses. Makakasama natin mamaya yan. And again, ang PVL po nagsisimula na rin. 3 days ago it started. At ang aksyon ay umatikabo dyan po sa PVL. And we will talk to the Cignal HD Spikers mamaya-maya. And of course, we will have our spotlight once again sa isa na namang NSA. This time, ang Sepak Takraw kasama ng kanilang Pangulo, si Attorney Karen Caballero. And of course, mamaya sa Fast Take, magandang usapan to. Homer Saison at Abac Cordero ang ating makakapanayam sa Fast Take. So, paano? Game na! Magsimula na tayo sa pamamagitan ng ating Sports Weekly Highlights. Simulan natin sa boxing. The next Pacquiao boxer has officially landed. Wagi sa una niyang amateur bout sa Amerika ang panganay ni Senador Manny Pacquiao na si Jimwell. Decision win ang nakuha ni Pacman 2.0 sa House of Boxing Gym sa San Diego kontra sa Mexican-American na si Andres Rosales. Noong Disyembre pa lang nakuha ni Jimwell ang kanyang boxing license at sa wildcard gym din nag-iensayo. Best of luck, Pacman Jr. Di pa man nagsisimula ang training, nalagasan na agad ang Philippine Women's Volleyball Team pool matapos mag-back out na ang ilang marquee players. Kasama sa mga nag-beg off para sa SEA Games duties, sina Gia Morado de Guzman, Kim D, Kalay Mao, Jazz Nabor at Dindin Santiago Manabat. Nadagdag naman sa pool si Majoy Baron. Pinangungunahan nina Alyssa Valdez at Jaja Santiago ang pool na lilipad patungo ng Brazil sa April 12 para mag-ensayo. Sa ibang sports, sinuspende ng Philippine Olympic Committee ang Philippine Track and Field Association o PATAFA at Philippine Tennis Association o PhilTA. 90 days ang suspension ng parehas na associations. Pinarusahan ng PATAFA dahil ayon kay POC President Bumble Tolentino, inuna pa nito ang pride sa issue nito kay EJ Obiena. Suspendido naman ang PhilTA dahil di raw nasunod ang utos ng International Tennis Federation na baguhin ang charter nito at maghalal ng mga bagong board members. Sa basketball, The Saint is back. Sino itong The Saint? Nag-unretire sa professional play si Ronald Tubid para maglaro sa PBA 3x3. Papalitan muna ni Tubid ang slot ng magpapahingang si Jed Bulawan ng Terra Firma kung saan siya rin ang team manager. Pero di raw ito permanente at baka tumagal lang ng 2 legs. Baka wala ng legs si paring Ronald. Good luck, Ronald. Sa 5-on-5 naman, nangunguna sa PBA Best Player of the Conference race si Northport star Robert Bolick. May 39.9 statistical points si Babes Bolick matapos manguna sa points, assists at steals sa Governor's Cup. Sinusundan ni na Matthew Wright at Mikey Williams si Bolick para sa award. Playoff update naman tayo! Buhay pa ang Barangay Ginebra at Alaska Aces matapos itulak sa win or go home ang serye nila kontra TNT at NLEX. Buhay pa, pati ang Alaska, lalo na yung Alaska dahil ang Alaska po alam natin magbibitaw na yan. Samantala, dumiretso naman sa semifinals ang Meralco Bolts na nilaglag ang San Miguel Beermen 185 kagabi. Ganon din ang Magnolia na na-eliminate na ang Phoenix 127-88. At yan po ang buod ng ating mga balita sa ating Sports Weekly Highlights. Kung inyo po napanood yung laban kagabi, talaga namang ang Meralco ay ganadong-ganado. Of course, Tony Bishop had a monster game kagabi, 32 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks at he outplayed the highly touted Shabazz Muhammad ng San Miguel Beer. Chris Newsom, ang ganda rin ng ipinakita para sa kupunan ni Coach Norman Black. Kaya sila po ang papasok na patungo sa semifinals. Of course, ang San Miguel, once again, ousted from the Governor's Cup. At hindi ko maintindihan at pag-uusapan natin mamaya yan sa Fast Take kung ano ba ang nagiging problema ng San Miguel Beermen. Samantala, ang Magnolia naman patuloy ang pamamamayagpag and of course, ang kanilang number 1 seed ay talagang deserve. Ang dami nilang scorers, ang dami nilang players na nag-contribute. Paul Lee, 20 points. Baroka, 18 and 7. Si Mike Harris, ang kanilang import, only 15 points pero 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Gio Halalon, 15 points and 8 assists. Andyan pa si Calvin Abueva, yung nagbabalik na si Calvin. 12 and 9. Ian Sanggalang, Adrian Wong, bagong salta, 11 points. Rome De La Rosa, 10 puntos. Alam mo, yun ang maganda eh. They did not get superstars to their team. Kumuha sila ng role players. at tuloy nakatulong sa kanilang rotation, nakatulong sa kanilang depensa, and that is really something that is very important para sa Magnolia para mapanatili ang kanilang number 1 seating. Pasok na sila sa semifinals. Makakaharap nila ngayon ang koponan ng Meralco. Ang gandang laban yan, ha? In the meantime, dahil yan ang ating pinag-uusapan, ha, dalawa na lang po ang serye na buhay sa PBA. Yung po yung Talk and Text Ginebra at saka yung NLEX at Alaska, yung emotional series. Kaya po, ang ating pupulsuhan ngayong araw na to. At sumali kayo dahil ito po ay pulso ng bayan, hatid sa inyo ng Chooks to Go kung saan yung amin pong mapipili ay magkakaroon ng 2 GC o yung oven roasted chicken. Pwede po nyong i-redeem yan sa mga Chooks to Go branches. Ha? Ito po ang ating pupulsuhan. Ano po ang inyong fearless forecast sa 2 natitirang do or die games ng PBA Governors Cup quarterfinals? Ulitin ko po yan, ha. Ano po ang inyong fearless forecast sa 2 natitirang do or die games ng PBA Governors Cup quarterfinals? Yan po ang Talk and Text Ginebra at ang NLEX Alaska. Alright, so atin pong babasahin ang inyong mga komentaryo mamaya at tayo po'y pipili ng 2 mananalo ng gift certificates mula sa Chooks to Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Ha? Ang gandang seryeng yan. Ha? Knockout game. Ngayong araw yan, ano? Santi, no? Today, no? Ang 2 knockout game. Talk and Text Ginebra, NLEX Alaska. Of course, marami nagdarasal na ang Alaska ay patuloy na tumakbo dahil alam natin this is their last conference. Magbabay-bye na po ang Alaska. So it'll be very important na mapanood po natin yung seryeng yan. Alright, mga kaibigan, at this point, medyo ready na tayo para sa ating paboritong segment. Ito po ang Fast Take, kung saan ang opinion po ng ating mga kaibigan sa sports media ang mahalaga. At ngayong araw pong ito, maswerte tayo dahil ang ating mga kasama sikat na sikat. At of course, veteranong sports journalist. Walang iba kundi si Abac Cordero ng Chase Down and of course, ng Philippine Star. Magandang umaga, Abac! Ito po ang Fast Take. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Tigo. Alright, Abac, magandang umaga.
Yes, good morning, Com. Good morning sa lahat ng viewers ng this very popular program na pang Sabado.
Good to see you, Abac. Of course, mamaya ang programa ng Chase Down. Unang-una, sino ba ang guest natin sa Chase Down mamaya?
Well, I think we have JV Casio and Kiana D and the 3-on-3 squad of Coach Willie Wilson.
Ayos! Maganda yan. Kiana D had a good game kahapon and of course si JV Casio. I'm sure he will reminisce on his days sa Alaska. Nakakalungkot nga na ang Alaska ay maglalaro na ng kanilang huling komperensya. Mamaya-maya, makakasama rin natin. We invited Homer Saison to be with us dito sa Fast Take. But let me first get to you, Abac, dahil alam natin na katatapos lamang ng serye ng Meralco at saka ng San Miguel and you know that obviously was a brilliant win para kay Coach Norman Black. I just want to talk about Meralco. Ano magandang ginagawa nila ngayon, Abac? What do you see in Meralco na sa tingin mo they have a good chance to make it to the finals?
Number one, siguro, it's the hunger, no? Meralco is a team that's very hungry for the championship, and I'm sure while Talk and Text is the flagship team of the MVP group, gusto rin makita siguro ni Boss MVP na makahawakan naman ng Meralco ang PBA championship at baka magkaroon ng rollback sa presyo ng kuryente dito sa ating bansa.
Maganda yun, ha? Sana nga, kung yun ang rason para magkaroon ng rollback, Kausapin na natin si Commissioner Willie. Sure, hindi magrereklamo ang mga tao. But, kidding aside, malakas ang Meralco with Tony Bishop. It's good that si Chris Newsome is back in his game. And of course, Chris Banquero was a good addition para dito sa koponan na to. But, mabigat ang kanila mahaharap. And I want to look at that particular matchup against Magnolia. Matindi ito Magnolia. Nakita naman natin yung kombinasyon, yung lalim nitong Magnolia, Abak, and it seems like parang unbeatable itong Magnolia.
Gano'n na nga, parang nakatakda sila dito sa Governor's Cup na ito na it's their tournament to win, ano? Also, it's their tournament to lose. Kumbaga, no? From the eliminations, from the start, even before the pandemic stepped in and put everything in halt. Ito Magnolia, maganda talaga ang itinakbo. And Coach Chito Victolero is pinning all his hopes on his import because nasabi nga niya dati, he is very lucky. His team is very lucky to have Harris as import because of his work ethic on and off the court. It rubs off to the teammates, no? So lahat parang nagkakahiyaan. If you don't give your best and you see your import trying his very best every game and every day in, day out, even in practice, talagang kaya maganda ang nilalaro nito Magnolia.
Iba rin kasi ang naging balasa ng Magnolia. Bagamat sila ay nagpalakas din, nakakuha sila ng mga player na filling in their needs, Abak. Obviously, yung mga manlalaro katulad ni Adrian Wong, who is more known as a defender, who has a nose for the ball, hard worker. Malaking bagay yung mga ganyan. Obviously, if you compare it to other teams, parang ang Magnolia have the right pieces at the right places.
Yes, of course. Nakita mo naman si Adrian Wong. He sinks basket. He's not supposed to make, Pero I believe that in the end, it will still be the core who will carry this team to victory. Yan sila Poli, sila Mark Baroka, sila Ian Sangalang. Talagang pagdating sa when they get farther and reach perhaps the championship, doon pa lalong lalabas ang laro nito mga veterano na to.
I want to talk about Alaska a little bit dito. Baka alam natin, this is the last conference ng Alaska, and this series laban sa NLEX, sabi ko nga, is a very emotional series, no? Dahil this could be their last game today or they could stretch it, no? But ano ang latest? I know you are in the mix. Marami ka nakakausap sa PBA and of course sa Alaska organization. What is the latest sa franchise ng Alaska? Meron na bang buyers? Meron na bang interested parties dito? May mga takers na ba?
Yes, I think they will come to a deal, mukhang mabebenta naman itong Alaska because if you were a party who's interested in having or acquiring a PBA team, it's better to get this Alaska franchise than get a new one, Kumbaga ito start turnkey na lang ito Kumbaga parang bahay na binili mo lilipatan mo na lang Kumpleto na, meron ng washing machine, meron ng may mga aircon na, kumpleto na So it's easier and I think it will cost them less if they buy this Alaska franchise because magkakaroon ng negotiations diyan, magkakaroon ng tawaran, magkakaroon ng ganyan. Mahirap ang buhay ngayon, pwede sabihin ng buyer. And may pandemic, ito, natitigil-tigil ang laro natin. So this is as much as we can offer lang for this franchise. But Alaska we're selling you a team with a history, a team with a culture, a very wonderful culture and a winning tradition. Yan naman ang pwedeng bentahin ng Alaska dito. I think may mga buyers na, and number one, lumalabas ng pangalan itong Mr. Dennis Uy. And he's not the Dennis Uy who owns the Phoenix franchise. This is a different Dennis Uy.
Oo nga. Well, yun ba ang tila namumuro dito? Yung grupo nung Dennis Uy ng Converge? Are you hearing other buyers dito na interesado? We're not going to confirm or say na ito na nga. Pero meron ka na bang naririnig, Abak, na mga iba pang mga partido na interesado dito?
Ako lang, on the part of, I'm not speaking on behalf of the UI group, but for them to allow themselves, their names to come out in the open, unlike the others who are interested, who would rather keep their identities under wraps. Mukhang mas meron silang interest to allow themselves to be out in the open as an interested buyer of their franchise. Well, there are other names. Sinasabi nila, yung Master Sardines gusto pumasok. And even in the past, sinasabi, yung Pure Gold, baka pwede, yung grupo ni Andrew Tan, yung grupo nila, di ba? Pwede pumasok lahat yan.
Wow. Ang bibigat yan. Well, yun ang mga pangalang, obviously, may mga pera. Obviously, merong pangangailangan sa isang marketing tool katulad ng marketing platform katulad ng PBA. And malinaw na malalakas ang ownership at management organizations niyan. No? So, magandang mga pangalan yan and definitely magandang development yan para sa grupo ng Alaska. But, well, aantayin natin ang balita mula kay Commissioner Willie and of course sa PBA board and everyone is of course holding their breath hoping na isang malakas at talagang matibay na koponan ang papasok sa PBA kapalit ng Alaska. Mukhang nahihirapan si Homer Saison na makapasok dahil wala daw siyang Zoom. Kasi kadalasan, di ba, we use StreamYard sa ating mga coverages. Pero mukhang ngayon ay nahihirapan siya at mukhang siya ay bumabiyahe dyan sa United States. Kaya medyo naipit po si paring Homer Saison. So, we will have to grill Abak Cordero ngayong araw pong ito sa ating fast take. At medyo simulan na natin, Abak, sa ating paboritong fast take. Alam mo na ang drill dito, walang tama, walang mali, bato-bato sa langit, tamaan, wag magagalit. At ang ating unang fast take issue of the morning, Abak, is tungkol sa larangan ng basketball. Alam natin na itong San Miguel Beer ay napakalakas na koponan. Nagpalakas even during the season. I mean, during the conference, nung nagkaroon tayo ng break, marami pumasok dyan. Si Jericho Cruz, dumating si Brondial, at of course, ang kanilang import, Shabazz Muhammad. Yet, bagamat loaded ng talent itong SMB, maaga silang pinauwi ng Meralco Board. So, ang ating fast take issue today, ano sa tingin mo ang rason sa pagkatalo ng San Miguel Beermen? 1 minute, Abak. Go!
Well, after their defeat to Meralco last night, Coach Leo Austria mentioned the word chemistry or the lack of it, as the reason why the Beermen took an early exit in this tournament where they are expected to go deep. I think it was chemistry. Alam mo, it's not easy when you change import twice in a very short tournament. I really thought Orlando Johnson could do a very good job, helping a team that is oozing with talent. But yet they brought in Shabazz, hard to refuse. It's an NBA veteran, but it was like changing horses midstream. Tapos you bring in a couple of locals na ipapasok mo sa rotation, talagang merong mag-aano sa chemistry. Not to mention that four months ago they traded 2 starters in Arwin Santos and Alex Cabagnot. Nasa adjustment period, sabi ni Coach. I'm not sure how long that adjustment period would take.
Well, mabigat ang salitang chemistry. Alam natin yan sa team sports, no? Ang ibig sabihin yan, maraming ibig sabihin yan, Abak, and you've been there for so long, either hindi pa nagkakakilala o may nangyayari sa loob. Alam mo, iba yung chemistry. Tumbukin na natin yan. Ang chemistry, ang ibig sabihin yan, hindi lang maganda pa ang samahan. Either dahil hindi nagkakakilala pa o dahil merong konting problema. So sana nga, yun lang hindi nagkakakilala sa panig ng San Miguel Beermen. Pero ako, personally, I thought Shabazz, bagamat siya'y napakagaling, maganda ang credentials, I've always doubted his defense. I've always doubted his work ethic and his ability to be physical. Alam naman natin ang PBA, napaka-physical At kailangan dyan, hindi ka malambot, hindi ka malamya, hindi ka soft. Well, Shabazz Muhammad is a terrific scorer, no doubt, terrific offensive weapon, pero I had my misgivings pagdating sa kanyang depensa. And when you have a guy like Chris Newsom scoring 20 points on a team na maaari sanang nadepensahan ng katulad ni Shabazz Muhammad, medyo, again, you wonder kung ano ang mangyayari sana sa San Miguel if they had kept somebody na medyo mas matindi pagdating sa depensa. Alright, let's go to our second fast take issue of the morning, Abak. Ito naman ay tungkol sa boxing. Alam natin na tapos na, nagretiro na ang ama, si Senador Manny Pacquiao. Subalit, umusbong ang anak na si Jimwell Pacquiao. At siya ngayon ay nakapanalo na ng kanyang unang laban doon sa Estados Unidos. So, Abak, ang tanong, hanggang saan sa tingin mo ang mararating ni Jimwell Pacquiao sa larangan ng boxing? 1 minute, Abak. Go!
Si Jimwell, whatever he does inside the ring, Jimwell Pacquiao will never be Manny Pacquiao. But the young man seems determined, and that is why he opted to stay in the United States, away from his family, so he can focus on his training. I thought it was also a good move to let him compete as an amateur, because it's easier to get fights as an amateur. You can join a tournament and fight 3, 4, 5 times in a short period than turn pro and fight once or twice at most in a year. Mas mahahasa siya as an amateur. And magandang gauge ito to find out how far can he go before he turns pro. Manalo siguro ng a handful fights and maihain for a world championship. Who knows, Sayang, but he's in a very difficult position because of the legendary background of his father. Madaming comparison na mangyayari. But I hope Jimwell goes far and succeeds as a boxer.
Malaking bagahe yun, Abak, na ikaw ay sumusunod sa yapak ng iyong ama. Isang legendary career and of course a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. But when you look at the skills ni Jimwell, marami sa atin nakakuha napanood yung snippets ng kanyang laban. How do you assess him? Meron bang galaw? Meron bang suntok yung bata?
Meron, definitely may galaw dahil well, alam mo, you go after yung genes niya nandyan and kinalakihan mo ang nakikita mo sa father mo. So you pick up what you see, di ba? Sabi nga nila, the apple doesn't fall far off the tree, So with proper guidance and ang tanong dito is the ability kung how we can take a punch. Or yung tapang iba kasi yung kay Manny Pacquiao But I think Jimwell is in the same boat as Bronny James, yung anak ni LeBron James or Charlie Wood, the son of Tiger Woods, Mahirap. Tapos ikaw anak ni Manny Pacquiao, boxer ka.
Mabigat
Can you imagine if Michael Jordan had a son playing in the NBA? Di lahat sinasabi, ang layo sa tatay, di ba? Mahirap ang comparison pagka ang father mo is a legendary athlete.
Do you know of any father and son sa boxing na nag-succeed yung anak? Kasi parang sa akin, parang when you have a legendary fighter na father, parang yung bigat ng bagahe na pressure na sumunod ka sa yapak niya talagang mahirap ma-overcome. Is that something na nangyari na in the past?
Yes, nandiyan si Julio Cesar Chavez, di ba? And his junior. Pero nag-champion din naman, but he didn't last long. Medyo, ang kasabihan nga, napili yung karamihan ng fights. That's why he got long in the, kaya naman, sayang gusto niya mag-boxing. Di ba? He could have had other options with all their resources. He could have studied law or medicine at Harvard or Oxford or Cambridge. But he chose to be a boxer. Di ba? So, bigyan natin ng chance. Di ba? He's young. He's 21.
Ako, simple lang ang aking pananaw dyan. He may have the same skills. Sabihin na natin, i-give na natin kay Jim Williams dahil may pedigree nga. Meron siya nakikitang ehemplo, katulad ng kanyang amang si Manny. Maaaring napakaganda ng training na maibibigay sa kanya dahil meron na silang resources para mangyari yan. At maaaring mabigyan siya ng break dahil anak siya ni Manny Pacquiao. Isa lang sa tingin ko ang magiging problema dito, nakakaiba kay Senador Manny Pacquiao yung hunger. Kasi si Senador Manny lumaki sa isang environment na kailangan niyang lumaban. Kailangan niyang mabuhay para lumaban siya para sila mabuhay ang kanyang pamilya. Iba ang sitwasyon nitong si Jimwell. Lumaki ito na talagang nandun na sa tuktok ang kanyang ama. And of course, sa kaginhawahan na ng buhay. So ang tanong talaga dito is the hunger factor na ito kaya ay pag tinamaan, magiging katulad ni Senador Manny na talagang may pusong lumaban. We never question the heart of a Pacquiao, but certainly, iba pa rin yung background na pinagmulan ni Jimwell Pacquiao. Alright, third and final take of the morning, parang abak. Ito naman ay mainit na pinag-uusapan. Itong Obiena, Patafa, Row hanggang ngayon ay patuloy na nagliliyab. And the latest, sinuspindi na ng POC ang Patafa. Kasama na rin ang PhilTA, yung Philippine Tennis Association. Ang tanong, sa tingin mo, saan pa aabot ang Obiena, Patafa, Row bago ito marisolba? 1 minute, Abak. Go!
Alam mo, parang temperatura ito, parang 41 degrees ang init nitong issue na to, Tom, ano? But I think itong issue na to is hindi dapat umabot sa ganitong sitwasyon, ano? What I'm saying is that this issue was mishandled right from the start, ano? And ngayon na pumutok na ito, sumabog na di ba? It's impossible to deactivate pa ito. It's a very embarrassing situation, not only for Philippine athletics, not only for the sports leaders who are involved, but also for Philippine sports in general. Nakakahiya tayo. Sabi nga ng kaibigan natin si Monico Puentebella, pinagtatawanan na tayo in the international community. We only have one pole vault athlete in the world stage and nadi-deny pa to compete. Hindi ba? Hindi ba na nakakahiya yan? Our opponents are cheering, no? Na sige, mag-away-away pa kayo. It's one less problem for us if we don't feel the EJ Obiena.
Well, alam mo, I agree totally with you. Nakakahiya. Yan, that's the word. Tama ka, Abak. Talagang nakakahiya itong sitwasyon na to. Na kaisa-isa na. World number 5, number 1 sa Asia, pero hindi makalaban. Hindi dahil ayaw ng mga kalaban. Kung hindi, ayaw natin mismo. Yung mismo kanyang NSA na dapat ay kumakalinga sa kanya. So ang tanong kung tatagal pa ba to? Ang hirap sabihin, Abak, pero as far as we're concerned, sana matapos na. Dahil ang talo dito, as EJ Obiena said, ang talo ay ang buong bansa. Abak, maraming salamat sa oras na binigay mo sa amin at for being a trooper kahit na wala si Homer. Medyo nagka-abirya, but thank you so much. Good luck sa chase down mamaya. Tayo manonood yan. Maraming salamat, Abak, sa panahon.
Thank you, Tom.
Mga kaibigan, ang ating kaibigan mula sa Philippines Star, si Abak Cordero, and of course, ang chase down. Panoorin niyo po yan mamaya dito rin sa 1PH. Alas 2 ng hapon, mamaya po yan, chase down, kasama ng ating mga kaibigan. Marami po silang pag-uusapan mamaya. Alright, mga kaibigan, before we continue, isa muna pong paalala mula sa ating mga kapatid sa Smart. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by Smart. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Gigalife App is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Pro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Gigalife app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Alright, sa amin pong pagbabalik, ang ating makakapanayam, ang import ng San Miguel Beer, si Shabazz Muhammad. Dito po, sa inyong paboritong Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, at ng Chooks to Go. Ang oras po natin, 8:34 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Birmingham Subdivisions. Come home to Birmingham.
I dare to dream big, to be a voice of my generation, to inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours with Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Alex, are you ready to have some fun on your first driving lesson?
Nag-uumapaw sa real chicken juice na swak sa panlasa ng buong pamilya. Available in sweet roast, pepper roast, at harissa roast variants. Chooks to Go. Masarap kahit walang sauce. Tawag na sa Chooks to Go Delivery Hotline 8687-1010 o online sa chookstogodelivery.com or via GrabFood at Foodpanda.
Time to make breakfast, kiddo!
Let's go! Ham time!
Make a meaty sweet breakfast with Ladies' Choice Ham Spread, made with real meat and farm-fresh eggs.
Sarap!
Ladies' Choice Ham Spread, meaty sweet sarap.
Basta man siya, di kailangan ng mamahaling panlaba.
Sa surf, linis ay todo at aming best ever bango. Ang surf na gamit nyo na with our best ever bango. Sa surf, linis ay todo at aming best ever bango. Ang surf na gamit nyo, todo linis at aming best ever bango.
New Surf with Active Clean with our best ever bango versus previous formulations. Todo linis na singgaling ng mamahalin based on technical test versus Brand X powder and polyester.
Ang surf na gamit nyo, todo linis at aming best ever bango.
Nak, let's make breakfast na.
Okay, chicken time!
Enjoy a meaty linamnam morning with Ladies' Choice Chicken Spread, made with real chicken and farm-fresh eggs.
Sarap!
Ladies' Choice Chicken Spread, 10 pesos lang SRP.
The long wait is over. New season, new home. Catch the UAAP Season 84 starting March 26 on One Sports and UAAP Varsity Channel.
Time to make breakfast, kiddo!
Let's go! Ham time!
Make a meaty sweet breakfast with Ladies' Choice Ham Spread, made with real meat and farm-fresh eggs.
Sarap!
Ladies' Choice Ham Spread, meaty sweet sarap.
Basta man siya, di kailangan ng mamahaling panlaba.
Sa surf, linis ay todo at aming best ever bango. Ang surf na gamit nyo na with our best ever bango. Sa surf, linis ay todo at aming best ever bango. Ang surf na gamit nyo, todo linis at aming best ever bango.
New Surf with Active Clean with our best ever bango versus previous formulations. Todo linis na singgaling ng mamahalin based on technical test versus Brand X powder and polyester.
Ang surf na gamit nyo, todo linis at aming best ever bango.
Nak, let's make breakfast na.
Okay, chicken time!
Enjoy a meaty linamnam morning with Ladies' Choice Chicken Spread, made with real chicken and farm-fresh eggs.
Sarap!
Ladies' Choice Chicken Spread, 10 pesos lang SRP.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom. Ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Noli Iyala Power and Play sa Radyo 5 92.3 News FM. Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
Muli po isang magandang umaga sa inyong lahat mga kapatid. Lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kaibigan dyan po sa Batangas City, sa Tanawan City, sa lalawigan ng Batangas. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. By the way, gusto ko lang i-congratulate ang aking kaibigan si Joel Agbanlog na naku, pumasok na sa semifinals ng club championship ng aming club dyan sa Forest Hills Golf. Congratulations partner, good luck. Sana makapasok ka all the way to the finals para naman ma-blow out mo kami. Good game mula kay aking kaibigan si Joel Agbanlog. Gusto ko rin congratulate nga pala si Jera Season. Oy, paring Jera. Congratulations sa iyong bagong show dyan sa RJ TV. Naku panoorin niyo po yan kay Jera Season dyan po sa RJ TV. Alright mga kaibigan, at this point, ang akin pong ipapasok na panayan, nakuha natin a few days ago. Siya po ay dapat naririto. Ito pong si Shabazz Muhammad nung isang linggo. Makakausap sana natin siya live. Pero nagkaroon nga ng aberya. Kaya naman bumawi yung tao at nagpa-interview sa atin a couple of nights ago. Just before yung laban nila kontra Meralco. Of course, alam na natin ang nangyari. Minalas ang San Miguel Beer at maganda ang laro ng Meralco. Kaya po sila ay napauwi ng maaga. Pero napakarami pa rin pong nasabi. Ang dating NBA legit na player, 14th pick back in 2014, a true scorer. In fact, sabi ko nga, bihirang-bihira na makakuha ko ng guest na actually napanood ko at nagamit ko sa NBA Fantasy League. Isa yan si Shabazz Muhammad back in 2016, 2015. Magaling na yan si Shabazz. So, we certainly know his quality. And right now, siya po ang ating makakapanayam, ang SMB Super Import, Shabazz Muhammad.
With us on the show, no other than San Miguel Beer Super Import, Shabazz Muhammad. Shabazz, it's good to have you on Power and Play. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I'm happy to be on. Happy to join.
It seems like I have known you all my life because it's very rare and not every day that I get to talk to someone who I used to use in NBA fantasy. A legit NBA player. And it's just great to have you on the show. How has your stay been in the Philippines so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Everybody's been treating me with great respect, and everything's been great out here. The fans been great, and we've been playing really well, and everything's been going great so far. I can't complain.
Before you came over to Manila, did you hear anything about the Philippines in particular? What did you hear about it, and what were you most looking forward to doing in Manila?
Yeah, I did some research on San Miguel, so I've known they've won a lot of championships. I wasn't really familiar with the PBA, but I kind of got familiar when I was interested in signing here. So I know this is a powerhouse team, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
Best part of your stay so far, Shabazz? Is there any particular place that you've seen or you've visited or you want to visit while you're here?
Yeah, I always wanted to probably go to the beach, but it's kind of far. They said the beach, but they've been a couple of my teammates been taking me out to eat, and it's pretty much the same as America in terms of food. I mean, the food is great out here. That's one thing that surprised me. I didn't know the food was going to be this good, and that's one thing that's been great, and it's been easy to adapt and easy to make the transition.
It's just unfortunate that you came at a time when, of course, the pandemic was still there and the alert levels were still up. But now that it's opening up, I'm sure you'll have more opportunities to visit some of the places, some of the sites in the Philippines that are, very beautiful. The beach is definitely not too far away. But no, let me ask you. You've been an import the last couple of years. You played in China after a long stint in the NBA as a first rounder. Is there a different mindset that you're now playing as an import in different teams in different countries compared to your mindset when you were there in the NBA?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of the same mindset. Obviously you want to be in the NBA, but one thing I try to do is just get better as a basketball player. It's a lot of basketball for me to be played. I'm blessed to be even playing this game, and especially getting to travel across the world and get paid some good money to be playing this game. So one thing I try to tell myself is, this is everything's end goal is, obviously getting back to the highest level. And that's the NBA. So you have to do what you're supposed to do here and handle business and win games and play well. and that stuff might come in the future.
Well, like I mentioned, you've been around. You played in China, and obviously it's a different kind of league. But how does the PBA compare to the CBA in terms of, I guess, the style, the physicality, and even the pace of the game?
Yeah, I think it's really familiar. I think they're really similar. I mean, it's been great playing in both of those associations. I think the PBA is the game's a little bit more faster, which is nice. It fits my game. In CBA it's a little bit more slowed down. Guys a little bit taller, but out here, I mean, it's a lot. You get to run a lot and transition, and that's one thing that I noticed. And and I noticed too, like more of the imports are more of big guys. In China you can get 2 imports, so it's usually a guard and a big guy. So having one import and doing a lot of work is something that I was looking forward to, and something that it's been good so far.
And you don't mind the physicality of the play in the PBA?
Yeah, the physicalities, it surprised me too. They let you play a lot, and you can't complain with that. I mean, it gets you better as a player, it gets you tougher. So that's one thing I had to adapt to, I think, in the first couple games. So I'm starting to adapt to that, and hopefully it keeps going as it's supposed to go.
Well, you mentioned that you looked up San Miguel. They are a powerhouse. They are one of the winningest teams in the history of the PBA. They're an original member of the PBA, and of course a strong member of Asia's first pay-for-play league. What do you like about your team, Shabazz, now that you've played a couple of games with them?
Yeah, I just noticed we have a lot of talent on this team. The first couple games were obviously a little bumpy because it was my first time getting to know the guys and getting to play with them. But I think we're really starting to gel now, and we have a lot of really good players, and did some research on some of my guys, and a lot of the guys are really, really good players, and that's one thing that's nice. I don't have to score 50 points every time. We have a lot of guys, Jumar and other guys like that. I mean, there's a lot of talent on this team, so that's one thing that I really noticed, and happy to be a part of.
Well, are you surprised about your placing in the elimination round, that you're not making the top 4 and not getting that incentive? Are you surprised with that kind of result, considering how talented this team is?
Definitely. I'm definitely surprised with that. I think it obviously didn't go our way. I think Coach was saying we needed one of those 3 games for a team to lose. So they went 3-0. So I mean, we got to grind it out, and obviously we wanted to get in that top 4. But we have to come out with sense of urgency tomorrow, because our back's against the wall and it's do or die time. So I obviously think we definitely need to come out with a sense of urgency.
You started slow. With San Miguel against Magnolia. You missed a couple of free throws, and you started picking up the pace only late. Then, of course, you had monster games against Rain or Shine, and of course that huge 57-point explosion against Meralco. Do you think you've adjusted to the league and to your team at this point?
Definitely. I think we haven't played since we played Morocco again in 2 weeks, but I definitely think that helped me out. Get it more adapted to my team and us figuring out the plays and stuff like that. So I definitely feel adapted and comfortable out there, and my guys know my game pretty much. So I think we're gonna be in good shape tomorrow.
In terms of your teammates, Shabazz, who has impressed you in that team, and who do you hang out with more? Now that you're on break.
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, big fella. I did some research on him. Jumar. He's been the MVP. He helps us out a lot inside there, and Vic as well. Vic Manuel is really good. His footwork is really, really good. Chris Ross with his defense. I mean, we have a lot of pieces on this team. If we all put it together, that's why I think we're really dangerous. Even with Terrence Romeo, I mean, he's really good. Can really score the ball as a point guard. So I'm really impressed with the team. Lazarus, who can shoot the ball. I mean, so we just have to get it together and just gel as a unit, and I think we'll be hard to beat.
Your impressions, Coach Leo Leo Austria, of course, is one of the most respected coaches in the league, and he has coached this team to several championships, and obviously it's a difficult task for him to keep managing so much talent in one team. Your impressions about Coach Leo Austria, Shabazz?
Yeah, I mean, great coach. I mean, he's definitely, it's a hard job, trying to, because they were saying, I mean, a lot of our guys on our team were top guys, going to all these other teams. So it's very hard to structure that. Even you look in the NBA with those top teams, I mean, it's a lot of pressure on those coaches. So, my utmost respect for Coach Leo. I mean, he's doing a great job, and especially to implement me in the middle. I mean, it's really hard for Import to come in the middle of the season and get these plays down and play good as a unit, play really well as a unit. And that's credit to Coach and the whole unit is doing a great job with that.
Talking about getting into the team in the middle of the season, was there pressure to play, improve yourself because obviously San Miguel had passed on a guy like Orlando Johnson. They came from another import, and was there pressure to prove yourself that you were worthier than the others?
Not really. I mean, I know what I can do. Even in China, I put up really big numbers there. So, I mean, I knew what I could do. I mean, at first game, I really thought I was rusty. I mean, it's normally not like me to miss so many free throws. So I definitely was waiting for that second game and third game. And I definitely felt way more comfortable. And we were still trying to figure out my position that first game. We were trying to put me at the 4, put me at the 3, sometimes put me at the 5. So we were trying to figure it out. And I think we have a better understanding of that now. And it looks better.
Now that you've seen most of the teams, if not all of the teams, are there particular teams that you have been impressed with and you're looking forward to playing against?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely probably Magnolia again. Where they beat us. I mean, that's been the only team that's beat us so far since I've been here. So I really want to get. Obviously, we have a tough task ahead of us. So I don't want to But I mean, definitely want to play them again and be able to really, because I'm really gelling on my team now. So I think we can give them, some trouble once we get past.
All right. Well, I was looking at the statistical points of all the imports, and right now you are leading the best import race in terms of statistical points. And of course, a bunch of others are right behind you. Who have, among the imports, who do you think is going to be one of your toughest foes to win that particular award?
Yeah, I think I think Harris is really good. I mean, the one thing I think with him, he's really good for that team. He reminds me a lot of Draymond Green on that team. He's the heart of that team. The way he's passing the ball, and I mean sometimes he doesn't even have to score that many points. He's just doing the dirty work and doing the little things. That's why that team is number one. And much respect for him. And even Bishop is a really good player. And so we have our hands full with him. So there's a lot of guys, and even some local guys that I was really impressed with as well. A couple other teams, and so I was really impressed with the talent here, and excited to be a part of it.
Let me just go a little bit now to your NBA career, Shabazz. You were picked number 14 back in 2014, and you were one of the highly touted players coming out of college, coming out of high school. You were expected to fall in the top 3 picks of that particular season's draft. How would you describe your 6-year NBA career? And are you happy with what you have achieved so far in your NBA career?
Well, I think first off, it's already hard to play in the NBA and let alone play for more than 5 years. So I mean, I'm really proud about that and the achievements. But definitely, that's why I definitely think I have unfinished business there. But being in there for 6 years was a great learning experience. I got to play with the highest talent levels, in the world. Got to play against everybody, LeBron, Kobe, and all my heroes growing up. So I think it's a blessing, and I definitely am happy with that. Definitely happy with what I've done in the NBA and what I've done some good stuff. Obviously I'll make it to the playoffs probably farther or something like that would be something that is great too. But I'm happy. Just I had 6 years in the NBA, and that's a pretty long time. So obviously that's the main, that's the highest level. So you always want to try to get back there. But it's one step at a time. And like I said, I'm happy with what I've done in the NBA.
It's not every day that Filipinos get to see a legit NBA player, playing in our league. And of course, you've had your time in the NBA. You played with some of the best, and played against some of the best as well. What was your most, memorable moments in the NBA, Shabazz, when you were playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves and of course moving on with the Milwaukee Bucks?
Yeah, I think my most memorable was probably playing against Kobe the first time. My family and everybody from Los Angeles, we were big time Laker fans, and getting to play against Kobe and actually having a good game against them, scoring 20 plus against them, and getting to talk to him and stuff like that. And that's always was my favorite player. So I think that's one thing that was probably the best for me. Besides having Kevin Garnett as a teammate as well, he's awesome. I mean, his attitude and work ethic really rubs off on us. And I played against obviously a lot of guys, and playing against LeBron and Kevin Durant and all those guys, and actually scoring those guys and making plays and playing Golden State. So I mean, there's a bunch of memories, and you always have to cherish those. Playing with Giannis, Giannis is a great guy, really humble dude. Milwaukee getting to experience the playoffs, and going to the Boston Garden and getting to play the playoffs, and so I mean it was a lot to get to inherit, and I'm really pleased and really blessed about it.
Those are Hall of Fame names, Shabazz, that you've mentioned, and obviously these are players that we only dream about, we only admire from afar. You've been with them up close and personal. Who among your teammates, or even the guys that you competed against, would you say are your closest to and you admire the most?
Yeah, I would say closest to. I mean, it was because in Minnesota, it was always when we had Coach Flip Saunders, always me, Zach Levine, Andrew Wiggins, and Karl Anthony Towns. So I used to always hang out with those guys. Those are mainly my guys. That whole little group and gang. So growing, coming in the league, we always wanted to make an impression, and we were always the young core that that was coming out of the West, for the Timberwolves. So those are mainly my guys, and obviously mentorship with KG. I mean, getting to have a year with him before he retired, I mean, was one of the coolest things, I think. And just getting to play with him and picking his brain. So I mean, it was a lot of relationships, and a lot of ones I still have, and it's great. It's a great thing, and I'm very blessed to have those relationships.
Zach Levine has moved on, of course, from the Timberwolves, and he's doing very well now, an all-star. And of course, just a couple of days ago, Karl Anthony Towns scored 60 points in an incredible show. And of course, the Timberwolves have been playing really well. Have you connected at all with your guys, as you said?
Oh, yeah.
And what have you told him? Have you congratulated Kat for what he's done?
Oh, definitely. I shot him a text. Probably a million people were texting, but I definitely shot him a text. He got back to me, but I shot him a text because that's 60, man. That's really hard to do. On the NBA level, it's really hard to do anywhere, to be honest. To get 60 points, I mean, that's hard to do. And I've always been telling him how great he's been doing this year. I mean, he's doing great this year. I mean, he should be in the MVP race, and they're going to make the playoffs, and he's really starting to solidify himself in the league, and I'm really proud of him, and Zach as well. I reach out to him and tell him how proud I am of him, because I mean he's going to be in the playoffs, and he's going to be a top seed in the East. So and Wiggs, I mean all those three guys were all stars. So I mean
it's difficult right now, and everyone's bunched up together, especially in the East. In the West, we know the Suns are way up there, but everyone else is running after them. Who, in your opinion, wins the East, and who, in your opinion, wins the West, Shabazz?
Ooh, that's tough. I think it's so crazy, because usually I think the West is tougher than the East, but I can't. I mean, I beg to differ this year. I mean, the East is just so loaded. I mean, even with James getting traded to the Sixers, I mean, they have a chance. But man, I just like Milwaukee. I mean, just Giannis is just he turns it on in the playoffs, and he can do so many things on the floor with rebounding the ball, bringing him up, and he's like 7 feet, and he just he moves around like he's 6'5". So I just think that team, with the all around team they have, if they're healthy, I think it's going to be them and either a wild card. I think Philadelphia, either Philly or. Man, it's really
even
tough.
Miami's in the heat. Miami's in the hunt. Yeah, that's right.
So it's a lot, but I definitely think Milwaukee will be in the Eastern Conference Finals. But I don't know who else will be in there. It could be Miami or Philadelphia, or even the Nets. I mean, you look at Kyrie scoring 60 points, and he just does it. And when you're getting 60 points on that many, less shots, and then he came out in the 8-minute mark. I mean, that's just remarkable. So
Well,
if they get a good stand, I mean, I think they can go all the way too.
Oh, that's a dangerous team. The Nets are a dangerous team with everyone healthy and coming back. Oh, that's going to be a really tough team. Of course, Milwaukee has Brook Lopez back, and that just adds so much firepower and defense to the Bucks.
Definitely, I mean, it's gonna be great to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Right. All right. Well, you've seen the PBA play. You have, of course, played a lot of years in the NBA. Do you think that the dream of a Filipino player playing in the NBA can ever be achieved with the way we play basketball?
I definitely think so. I mean, there was a couple guys that really surprised me. I don't know. I think there's a couple guys. There's the TNT guard. I think
Mikey Williams.
Yeah, Mikey Williams. The what he does. I mean, his ball handling and his separation. I mean, that's NBA type moves he's doing there, and he really impressed me a lot. I saw him on TV, and I was asking more about who he was. So he really impressed me a lot. Just getting his separation and stuff like that, and and a couple other guys. So I mean, I definitely think if I definitely think a PBA player could possibly play in the NBA or even play in the G League and get opportunity to play in the NBA, which is great too. So I mean, I definitely think that can happen, and I really think the PBA is doing a great job of having their guys and getting the talent out here.
Well, I hope your words become inspiration to everyone, and hopefully we'll see a Filipino in the NBA someday. I've got a couple of questions left here before I let you go, Shabazz. You, as I mentioned, you've had so many accolades, individual accolades in your career. You were second-team All-American. You were a high school awardee, Prep Player of the Year, Mr. Basketball USA, and everything else that you've done in your career and playing 6 years in the NBA. But one thing is missed from your resume, a championship, Shabazz. How important is a championship to you at this point in your career, especially now that you have a chance with a powerhouse team like San Miguel?
Yeah, it's definitely something. The only time I've been in the playoffs was with Milwaukee. That first round, and we got upsetted to the Celtics, which we should have won that series. So I mean, besides that, I'm definitely winning a championship, and I know I have all the tools in this team to do it. So I'm gonna try my hardest tomorrow, and and try whatever I can do for us to win this game and win these two games and go to the next round and go from there.
All right. Well, you have an opportunity, and you've said it time and time again. It's still the NBA that you're looking forward to, and you're hoping that you can get back there. If you had a makeover, a redo of your career, is there anything that you would change in your career and how you could stick in the NBA right now, and what would you do to make that happen?
Yeah, for sure. I just say patience. Patience. I mean, I wasn't patient. I wanted to play now, and look at it now. If I would have been patient, I would have been playing now and doing a really good job, which I was doing a really good job, but I say just not being patient will cost you, a contract or whatever else you're doing. So I just say patience, and that's one thing that I wish I would have had back then.
All right. Well, as a final parting shot, Shabazz, any message to your Filipino fans that now is growing, and of course to the millions of San Miguel Beer fans that are hoping for a great series against Meralco?
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I thank you for all the fans out there. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, this is one of the best places I've been with the fans as well, and and the culture here, and really taking it in. But we're definitely excited to play tomorrow. We're gonna give them all we can, and win the game.
All right. Well, Shabazz, we wish you all the best. By the time this is played, it's either you're packing your bags or you're gonna play another game. So I certainly hope to see you one more time in the PBA. Shabazz, thank you so much for joining us on Power and Play this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Mga kaibigan, yan po ang ating panayam kay Shabazz Muhammad. Just before he played ng kanilang laban kahapon, of course, alam na natin ang nangyari. Napasibat na ang San Miguel. Shabazz had 24 points, but he struggled kahapon. The physicality, a lot of good defense played by Meralco, and of course Shabazz is no longer going to be playing in the semifinals, but still a great interview. Bumawi siya sa atin. Sayang hindi siya nakabawi para sa San Miguel Beermen. Alright mga kaibigan, before we take a break, balikan muna natin o panoorin muna natin ang ilang ating pong napili na online videos and of course para sa ating pop culture sa mundo ng palakasan sa ating Stop and Pop. Ito siguro dapat ang babala. Huwag magsi-celebrate kaagad pagdating sa larangan ng sports. Kahit akala mo, nakapuntos ka na. Panoorin natin itong video ito. Pagmasdan niyo pong mabuti ang bola sa volleyball game na ito. Ayan nag-serve. Akala ng kabilang team, service ace na. Ang di nila nakita, tumama pa yan sa tuhod ng isang player at saka sinipa ng isa pabalik sa kabilang side ng court. Yun ang sipa, Ang ganda ng sipa. Akala mo football. Di nila yan napansin dahil nag-celebrate na agad sila ang ending point sa kabilang team. Totoo nga ang kasabihan. Bilog ang bola. Yan po ang ating Stop and Pop moment sa Power and Play. Alright mga kaibigan, we will come back sa aming pagbabalik. Makakausap po natin ang mga Cignal HD Spikers, si Ria Meneses at Ces Molina sa Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo at ng Chooks to Go. Ang oras po natin, 6 na minuto makalipas ang 9:00 ng umaga. The time check is brought to you by Birmingham Subdivisions. Come home to Birmingham.
I dare to dream big, to be a voice of my generation, to inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Alex, are you ready to have some fun on your first driving lesson?
Nag-uumapaw sa real chicken juice. Naswak sa panlasa ng buong pamilya. Available in sweet roast, pepper roast, at harissa roast variants. Chooks to Go. Masarap kahit walang sauce. Tawag na sa Chooks to Go Delivery Hotline 8687-1010 o online sa chookstogodelivery.com or via GrabFood at Foodpanda.
Time to make breakfast, kiddo!
Let's go! Ham time!
Make a meaty sweet breakfast with Lady's Choice Ham Spread, made with real meat and farm-fresh eggs.
Sarap!
Lady's Choice Ham Spread, meaty sweet sarap.
Basta man siya, di kailangan ng mamahaling panlaba.
Sa surf, linis ay todo at aming best ever bango. Ang surf na gamit nyo na with our best ever bango. Sa surf, linis ay todo at aming best ever bango. Ang surf na gamit nyo, todo linis at aming best ever bango.
New Surf with Active Clean with our best ever bango versus previous formulations. Todo linis na singgaling na mamahalin based on technical test versus Brand X powder on polyester.
Ang surf na gamit nyo, todo linis at aming best ever bango.
Nak, let's make breakfast na.
Okay, chicken time!
Enjoy a meaty linamnam morning with Lady's Choice Chicken Spread, made with real chicken and farm-fresh eggs.
Sarap!
Lady's Choice Chicken Spread, 10 pesos lang SRP.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
The long wait is over. New season, new home. Catch the UAAP Season 84 starting March 26 on One Sports and UAAP Varsity Channel. Broadcasting live from TV5 Media Center. 25,000 watts ng balita, impormasyon, serbisyo. DWFM Radyo 5 Radyo 5 92.3 News FM
Power and Play. Game na sa Radyo 5 92.3 News FM. Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
Alright mga kaibigan, at this point gusto ko lang po magpasalamat sa lahat ng tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play. Unahin ko na po, of course, ang Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Sa ganitong pabago-bago ang panahon, napakainit tapos minsan uulan, kailangan natin ang matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum. Kapag may aluminum, tsak na pang matagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pang matagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Thank you so much, paring Elmer Ngo. Cherry Tigos, salbungin o saluhin ang swerteng hatid ng Year of the Tiger. Own a brand new Tigo 2 Pro crossover with Cherry's Year of the Growling Tigo promo. Sa halagang 68,000 low down payment, may sporty 5-seater ka na safe in any road condition dahil mas mataas ang ground clearance nito kaysa sedan. Spacious din ang seats at legroom kaya mas komportable mapa-driver or passenger. May 9-inch infotainment system pa na pwedeng i-connect sa mirror link and Apple CarPlay para mas convenient at chill ang travel mo. Pili na from the 6 lucky colors of Tigo 2 Pro: Passion Orange, Lava Red, Graphite Gray, Vivid White, Tuscan Beige at Laser Yellow. #move for more colors and adventure. Bisitahin ang www.cherryauto.ph to know more about the fun-to-drive Tigo 2 Pro. Thank you so much kay paring Romel Sitin. Chooks to go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. You can now Chooks to stay at Chooks, the first dine-in restaurant of Chooks to go. Visit us at Level 1 Robinson's Place, Lipa, Batangas. At hanapin nyo po yung quarter chicken with Unli Chooks Rice and Soup na talaga namang paboritong-paborito ng marami. Ang Chooks to go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Marami pong salamat kay Boss Ronald Mascareñas at kay Boss Mel Mac. Thank you! Of course, marami din po salamat sa Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo. Magpadala with confidence kahit para sa negosyo o personal bulk deliveries man yan. Kayang-kaya yang i-deliver securely with Joyride. And of course, ang aming pong parating na Joyride car, kaya download the latest Joyride Super App now. Thank you! Elms Seafood Paluto, the latest offering of the Elms Resto Bar Group, located at Unit 2, ground floor, Calle Bistro, Ever Commonwealth, Quezon City. Enjoy their delectable seafood menu in a relaxed casual dining atmosphere for your salo-salo seafood meal. Visit also Carlitos Sisig Seafood Paluto along Shaw Boulevard, open for dine-in and take-out from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Maraming salamat kay Miss Malu Yambao, of course, ng Elms. Skin, your face and body anti-aging center. It's the beginning of the year and the constant fight to lose weight from the holidays is harder than ever. So, abangan nyo po ang aming mga promo sa Skin. Call our branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills San Juan for your skin assessments and treatment. Ang telephone numbers po ay 0917-890-1640 or 0977-809-8886. Birmingham Subdivisions, come home to Birmingham, located at Antipolo, Cainta, General Trias, Cavite, Marikina, Pasig, Rodriguez, San Mateo, and Tagaytay. Napakaganda po ng kanilang mga units, building community since 1984. Celebrate in your new home, your home in Birmingham Subdivisions. Check out their FB pages or call 0939-921-7458 or 0917-731. Thank you! ASEA Subic Beach Resort. Experience the getaway that you deserve and dive into limitless happenings, rejuvenating experiences, and gastronomic adventures. ASEA Subic Beach Resort. Marami din po salamat, of course, sa Salik Hobby, Weave by Weave, hand in hand. Check out their IG pages. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live Smart! Marami din po salamat, of course, sa Derm Clinica kay Dr. Angela Pineda. Alright, mga kaibigan, ako talagang napakaraming dapat pasalamatan at sa inyong lahat na patuloy pong sumusuporta at sumusubaybay sa Power and Play tuwing Sabado. At this point, ipapasok ko na po ang ating susunod na panayam kasama ng mga bagong salta, bagong lipat sa Cignal HD Spikers na patuloy ang magandang performance sa bubukas pa lamang na PVL Open Conference. Mga kaibigan, ito po ang ating panayam with Ces Molina at Ria Meneses. At maraming salamat. Kasama po natin ngayon, walang iba kung hindi ang mga tiga Cignal HD Spikers, Ces Molina at si Ria Meneses. Magandang araw, Ces and Ria. Thank you for joining us sa Power and Play.
Good evening din, sir.
Good evening po.
Alam mo, unang-una, Ria, ikaw muna tanungin ko, how good is it to be back? Naglalaro na uli. Sa wakas, naglalaro na uli kayo after so long na pinaghintay. Of course, yung huling conference was in a bubble, pero ngayon, muli kayo nagbabalik dito sa Metro Manila.
Siyempre, same feeling din po. Lagi naman po kami excited tuwing may liga po talaga. Kasi yan naman po talaga din inaabangan namin ngayon mga professional players na kami.
Oo nga, no? Professional na talaga ang liga. And of course, ang dami ring fans na nami-miss kayo sa aksyon. Ces, mahirap obviously na manggaling from a pandemic dahil limitado ang galaw natin. How is your game shape? Kamusta ang condition mo as you start playing dito sa Open Conference?
Naging smooth naman po yung pagbalik namin from pandemic with the help ng mga coaches po namin, and we have our own strength and conditioning coach din po para makabalik kami sa shape namin and sa katawan namin para makapaglaro kami ng mas maayos po.
Nag-bubble training ba kayo? And kamusta yung preparations ninyo? Ilang linggong ginugol ninyo to be able to prepare for this PVL Open Conference? Ria?
Yung preparation po namin, nag-training po kami 10 days dito sa Manila. Tapos nag-bubble training po kami ng 1 month sa may San Mateo, Rizal po. Tapos ngayon po nandito na po ulit kami sa Manila.
And says you're back in a bubble? Balik na naman kayo sa bubble. So,
yes.
Ito tatanungin ko lang sa inyo, mahirap ba mentally, psychologically, from one bubble to another, hindi nyo nakikita ang inyong mga mahal sa buhay, na muli babalik kayo, and then you're playing at the same time. Mahirap ba mentally and psychologically para sa inyo?
On the other side po, mahirap talaga, and sa nagiging inspiration din po namin yung family namin na hindi namin kasama ngayon. Dahil like ngayon po na pro na kami as volleyball player, kailangan po namin talaga panindigan yung pagiging pro namin. And kailangan namin mag-sacrifice po talaga para mas maganda yung mapakita namin sa mga audience natin ngayon.
Ria, sabi mo nga, 1 month kayo ng training sa Rizal, and then ngayon, ito na naman, although mabilis itong format natin, kasi matagal pa rin itong torneo na to, lalong-lalo na kung aabot kayo sa finals, no? Sinong nami-miss mo, Ria, sa ganitong klaseng setup? Nahihirapan ka ba?
Actually, kasi ako, parang dahil po nung college sa UST ako, parang sanay din ako na parang iniisip ko lang din na nasa dorm lang, ganun lang po. Pero syempre di naman naiiwasan kasi dati every weekend uuwi ka. Ngayon talaga as in literal na walang labasan. So paminsan sila mama dinadalan kami ng food dito sa hotel. So yun, kahit pa paano nakikita namin sila. Pero bawal kami lumapit.
Oo nga. Well, kung sabagay, dahil sa teknolohiya, talagang meron na tinatawag na Zoom, may tinatawag na Messenger. So nakakapag-usap na rin at nakikita nyo yung mga pamilya. Alright, well, let's go to your adjustment period, Ces at saka Ria. No? You had a very big win sa laban ninyo against the defending champion, Cherry Tigo. Sabi nga ni Rachel Andakis, no, and I will quote her, sabi niya, madali daw ang adjustment kasi mature enough na yung mga teammates niya, that I guess kayo. Bakit parang walang adjustment, Ces, dun sa unang laro ninyo against the defending champion pa man din, Cherry Tigo?
I think, sir, yung adjustment, pinalitan talaga namin siya ng improving talaga. Improving our chemistry and yung gelling lang ng team dahil magkakakilala rin naman na po kami sa labas dahil lagi rin kami nagkakalaban. And nung naging magti-teammates po kami, yung naging goal lang talaga namin is pag nasa loob kami ng court, maglalaro lang talaga kami. And yung goal namin is to win every game. At yun lang po, kailangan namin tapusin yung araw na yun. Yun lang yung i-goal namin.
Well, magandang mindset yan sapagkat malinaw na alam nyo kung ano yung focus ninyo at hindi kayo nawawala. Pero Ria, yung bang, of course, last year kayo ay magkasama ni Ces sa Petrogas, no? At kahit paano ay nakapaglaro kayo together. Yung bang pagsasama ninyo together sa Petrogas, Ria, nakatulong sa adjustments? At least dalawa kayong pumasok na sabay dito sa kupunan ng Cignal?
Siguro kasi familiar na din kami dalawa sa isa't isa, yung sa yung work ethics namin. So parang hindi na kami ganon nag-adjust din sa iba kasi hardworking din naman lahat ng tao na kasama namin dito eh. So wala na, yung parang talagang tatrabahuhin lang yung lahat para mag-work talaga.
And hindi naman kayo naninibago with this new setup, Ces. Hindi kayo biglang dahil nga sabi mo nagkakalaban naman kayo in the past, but this is something na madali ang naging proseso at pagtanggap ng team sa inyo.
Yes, sir. With the help of our management din po talaga naging posible lahat na magkasama-sama kami sa isang team. And nung una din talaga, sir, medyo mahirap kasi, di ba, parang ito, dati nakakalaban ko lang to, pero ngayon, kailangan, di ba? Teammate ko na siya ngayon, hindi ko na siya pwedeng yabangan. So, sa training na lang nangyayari yung mga ganun.
Sa training na lang, ang rivalry.
Yes,
pero
sir.
pagdating sa actual game, ito na, iba na yan. Ria,
Yes,
alam mo, nabanggit mo in one of your interviews na kaya ka lumipat sa Cignal, galing sa Petrogas, of course, nag-expire ka sa Petrogas, and namili ka ng mga kupunan mo. Dahil nagustuhan mo, and I quote, nagustuhan mo yung plans ng Cignal para sa'yo, no? Can you tell us what these plans are na nagustuhan mo in particular kaya nag-decide ka, sige, lipat na ako dito sa Cignal HD?
Well, isa na din kasi siguro po yung dahil naging coach ko din po si Coach Shaq dati sa Petron na team. So, nakita ko din talaga kung paano siya magpa-training and all. Kaya parang naging bearing din siya yung sa paglipat ko kasi gusto ko pa rin matuto eh. Kasi parang hindi pa ako contented kung ano yung meron ako ngayon. And yung plans ng Cignal kasi noon, di ba galing sila sa bottom na parang 1-9 ata yung standing nila last time. Na parang sobrang eager nila na makabalik talaga sa Final Four. And yun, nakita ko din naman kung paano sila kumuha din ng mga kasama kong papasok na nakita ko din talaga na sobrang desidido talaga sila.
Oo. May mga ibang player kasi, mas gusto nila, sasamahan nila powerhouse team na para nga nandun na kaagad. No? Sabi mo nga, Ria, itong Cignal galing sa ilalim, no? Samahan ng kanilang naging last conference and they are rebuilding. Is that yung mindset mo? I'll stay with you, Ria, muna. No? Is that your mindset na mas maganda yung rebuilding kesa sa sasama ako sa magaling na, mas malaki ang pressure ba kung sumasama sa powerhouse team kesa sa isang koponan na gusto pa lamang umangat at kasabay ka sa pagangat?
Siyempre, mas maganda yung galing ka din, yung masabi mong naidala mo yung team na yan sa taas eh. Iba yung pumunta ka sa powerhouse na parang baka mamaya maitsapwera ka lang din yung ganun. At least dito talagang pag-uusayan mo talaga para makuha nyo lahat yung gusto nyong goal eh.
Oo. Well, Ces, ikaw rin, you had an opportunity to play with Petron, of course, and nakasama mo rin si Coach Shaq dun sa team na yon, and of course, you won some championships there, some titles, you got some individual awards doon. Gaano kalaking bahagi ng reunion with Coach Shaq ang desisyon mo lumipat sa Cignal HD Spikers?
Naging madali po sa akin na yung paglipat ko sa Cignal dahil I know Coach Chuck's system, kung paano siya magpa-ensayo, and kung ano yung ginugol niya lagi sa player. Gusto niya lagi na talagang yung player hindi aalis sa kanya na hindi matututo. So kahit saan pumuntang team yan, yung galing kay Coach Chuck na player, alam na talagang natutukan siya, may basic siya, and kaya niyang mag-perform. And not only Coach Chuck, meron din kami 2 assistant coach na galing Petron na nakasama namin ngayon. So, nagiging madali po talaga yung trabaho kasi parang ginagawa na lang ni Coach Chuck, ito na yung gagawin nyo, tatrabahuhin nyo na lang. Kaya nagiging smooth po talaga ang training namin. At I think yung first game namin naging maganda rin dahil napaghandaan din talaga namin sa training and sa bubble namin.
Well, of course, you came from Petrogas last year, and kahit pa paano, nagkaroon kayo doon ng panahon na makasama, makabanding ang inyong team. Sa tingin mo, what will you miss the most ngayon na wala ka na doon sa kupunan ng Petrogas?
Palagi naman po nating mamimiss talaga yung mga taong nakakasama natin, and especially yung company na pinaglalaroan din natin. So, kung paano rin sila mag-alaga and kung paano rin makisama yung mga tao doon, yun lang lagi yung mamimiss namin.
Mahirap ba yun, Ria, to leave Petrogas? Na alam naman natin, kilala ko sila Ricky Villavicencio. These are people na napakahuhusay na ng mga managers. No? Mahirap ba na lumipat ng team after your experience sa Petrogas?
Actually, hindi naman mahirap kasi parehas silang parehas na company maalaga eh. Yung paglipat din namin dito sa Cignal, sobrang winelcome din kami ng mga boss namin tsaka ng manager namin dito. So, parang parehas lang eh. Kahit naman din sa teammates, ala din nagkakalayo kasi lahat talaga parang magtotropa na din talaga, parang ganun. Kaya, ala din, nami-miss mo siguro yung mga maliliit na bondings yun sa dating teammates, pero napapalitan din naman ng mga kasama mo dito.
Alright. I want to go to the first victory ninyo, opening game win laban sa Cherry Tigo. It was a very, very good game para sa inyo. Dahil doon, si Coach Chuck ay nakapagbitaw sa isang kanyang interview. No? Sabi niya, para akong, and I quote, nabunutan ng malaking tinik sa aking puso. Kasi last PVL, ang bigat ng dinala namin. Ngayon, iba na. Sabi ko nga sa team, ibang usapan na yung ngayon. Pwede nating baguhin kung ano gusto natin mangyari. Mukhang very, very satisfied siya. Parang ang kanyang pananalita ay meron siyang tinutukoy. Ces, ano yung tinutukoy niyang pwedeng baguhin na ngayon itong kung gusto natin baguhin, kaya na natin baguhin? Is this the kind of team na gusto niyang buuin para sa inyo?
I think po talaga, sir, na nagtitiwala talaga si Coach Chuck sa bagong team ng Cignal ngayon. And knowing our first game or yung una namin nakalaban is defending champion ng PBL, talaga mabubunutan si Coach Chuck ng tinig dahil naging smooth yung laro namin. And talagang nakinig kami sa instruction, nagkaroon kami ng good communication. And yun nga, sir, yung willingness ng bawat isa sa team na manalo, yun talaga yung nangyari dun sa game na yun. Kaya I think ganun yung nasabi ni Coach Chuck dahil talagang nasunod lahat yung plano namin para sa araw na yun.
Ria, do you think this team, itong HD Spikers ngayon, ay very versatile? In other words, pwede kayong magtumutok sa opensa, pwede kayong tumutok sa depensa, you can go with all of your hitters outside, you have your middle blockers. Do you think this is a team na talagang kumpleto?
Sa akin talaga, nung una pa lang sinabi ko na din to sa ibang interview na parang kami yung team na kung tao-tao, kompleto na din talaga kami. Yung gel na lang namin na pagsasama-samahin kami, doon lang namin malalaman kung mag-work talaga. Kasi tao-tao malakas talaga. Kahit naman sa ibang team, sinasabi din nila, pag pinagsama-sama kami, doon talaga yung magkakaalaman. Kasi tao-tao malakas din talaga. Kaya malaki din yung tiwala ko na kaya namin makapasok sa 4.
Ria, you had 11 points, 11 points, 6 blocks, and 5 attacks in your game against Cherry Tigo. Of course, ikaw, Ces, was the top scorer. You had 16 points and katakot-takot na attacks. And of course, you had your blocks, your defense, and of course, your aces. Napakahalaga. kayong dalawa, together with Rachel Andakis, Angelia Araneta, you form, and of course some other, you form what they call now an iron wall. Yun ang tinatawag ninyo yata sa Cignal, no? Yung iron wall. Gaano kahalaga sa tingin nyo itong depensa ninyo para kayo maiangat patungo sa finals? Assess.
I think po talaga, sir, kailangan namin i-maintain yung mga nagawa namin na maganda ngayon. And dagdagan pa. Sabi nga ni Coach, hindi doblehin. Kailangan triplehin. Kasi hindi magiging madali po talaga yung season ngayon. Dahil lahat ng team nagpalakas talaga, nagtitraining. Pero I think kung magpo-focus lang kami talaga sa goal and magtsatsaga kami lalo sa ensayo, I think kakayanin po namin makamit yung goal namin this season.
Are you comfortable, Ria, sa role mo sa Cignal HD Spikers?
Yes po.
Super komportable, ha?
Oo, kasi actually mga kasama ko din po ng mga middles dito, mga star, ano ba? Sila din yung mga, paano ba sasabihin, baka magmukhang mayabang.
Hindi, okay lang.
Yung mga inaasahan din ng mga gitna, yung dun sa mga team nila nung college. So, alam ko na hindi rin ako mahirapan na kahit ma-off game ako, meron alam kong papalit sa akin na okay din.
Oo. Well, mahaba pa ang conference and unang laro pa lamang yan. But of course, yung unang panalo, laging matamis yan eh. Masarap dahil at least alam niyo that you're on the right track, no? Lalong-lalo na kung tatalunin mo, katulad ng Cherry Tigo na napakalakas din na team, no? Cesar, are you more confident after that win, rather than nung pumasok kayo sa komperensyang ito? Are you now more confident na kaya nyo makipagsabayan sa mga malalakas na teams?
I think confident din po talaga yung team namin ngayon. Hindi lang ako. Pero sabi nga ni Coach, hindi pwedeng magpa-banjing-banjing lang. Hindi pwedeng maging confident ka. So, yung first win namin, sabi ni Coach, sige, enjoy natin yung panalo ngayon. I-celebrate natin yan ngayong araw na to. Pero kinabukasan, trabaho na ulit tayo. Yan yung lagi niyang sinasabi sa amin. Kaya, hindi din po kami pwedeng maging kampante kung ano man yung mga nararating namin ngayon.
You know, itong open conference is a very short format. Yung tinatawag na pool format, no? And marami nagsasabi na mga nagmamatiyag na maraming pwede mangyari. Pwede matsambahan, may off day. Dahil nga, pag maikli lang yung conference at kailangan nyo ng panalo, pagka minalas-malas ka doon sa araw na yun, no, masama gising ninyo or medyo masama ang tiyempo, baka matalo sa isang dapat talunin ninyo, no? So, is there a concern dun sa format na yan, yung pool format na medyo mabilis, Ria? Are you concerned about that?
Paano ba? Hindi, parang last time din kasi halos ganun din naman eh. Nung padulo na, bigla nag-adjust kasi na iba yung alert level. So, parang kahit naman
binilisan,
sanay na din yung mga players din na ganun yung magiging setup talaga ng games. Mas maganda nga yun kasi magkakaalaman agad.
Kaagad. Oo nga kaagad ang kalaban mo, yung mga malalakas kaagad. And of course, sa grupo ninyo, napakalakas ng pool ninyo. Ces, sabi nga ni Ria, no, mas maganda nga ito dahil nagkakatapat-tapat na kayo kaagad. No? But are you also concerned about, halimbawa, injuries? No? Dahil pag mahaba kasi ang format, medyo pag nagka-injury ang isang player, pwede pang magpagaling at hopefully makahabol, no, sa mga susunod na games, no. Dito sa ganitong klaseng pool format, pag nagka-injury, nako, talagang ang laking bahagi nun para sa kampanya ng team ninyo. So, yan ba napag-uusapan ninyo? And how does conditioning play a role dito sa format na ganito?
I think, sir, hindi kami masyadong na-bother dyan dahil well-instructed naman na po kami going to the bubble hanggang sa pre-season namin and then hanggang ngayon nasa season na kami. And talagang malaking role po talaga ang mga strength and conditioning coaches namin dahil kailangan nila i-monitor yung everyday na gagawin namin. Actually, pati yung body weight namin, sir, talagang importante dahil gusto din ng team na maging fit and healthy talaga para, yun nga sir, makamit namin kung ano man yung gusto namin. Kasi kung may mai-injured, medyo magkakaroon tayo ng mga delays, ganyan sir. Pero as of now naman, sir, hindi kami masyadong na-bother dyan. And yun, sir, focus lang talaga kami sa kung ano man yung gusto namin.
Well, sana nga wala naman talagang ma-injure and of course, maganda ang maging kondisyon ng lahat ng players, hindi lamang para sa Cignal. Ria, walang fans na nanonood sa loob ng venue and we see this, medyo tahimik. Alam naman natin, sanay kayo sa napakadami ng fans na nanonood at may ingay na fans. Are you missing the fans?
Siyempre nakakamiss, mas lalo na yung pag may mga nakasuporta din talaga sa yung sumisigaw na naririnig mo sa paligid mo. Siyempre, sana makabalik din, makasama na din namin yung mga fans sa loob ng gym.
Well, sabi nga ni Mr. Palu, nag-iingat lang daw sila, pero hopefully, sa susunod na round or at least sa mga playoff rounds, makabalik na, magpapasok na sila dahan-dahan ng mga fans, lalong-lalo na pababa ang ating mga kaso. Alright, I want to move over now to another topic, which is the national team. Pareho kayong nahirang na ilagay dun sa pool ng ating national team. Ria, how excited are you to be part of the national team sa wakas?
Siyempre excited kasi SEA Games to kung sa totoo lang po, first time ko po na masasama sa SEA Games kaya sobrang excited po. Pero ngayon, syempre, focus muna po ako sa PVL kasi after po ng PVL namin, magkakasama na kami sa national team.
Oo, nakakatuwa, no? At meron pa kayong training na magaganap sa Brazil. So talagang nakaka-excite yan. Ces, you were part of the team in 2019, of course, sa Manila. Nakita natin how you perform. I watch your games. I was always there.
Thank you,
Talagang
sir.
natutuwa ako sa mga laro ninyo. Pero when you look at the team, star-studded yan, malakas na ano. Ano sa tingin mo ang mga improvements pa na pwede niyong gawin para lalo pang lumakas? And of course, makapasok na tayo sa podium dito sa Vietnam.
I think, sir, kailangan talaga natin ng mahabang preparation dahil alam naman natin, sir, na hindi basta-basta nakakakuha ng medal yung mga team na late nagte-training. Pero dahil matagal na sila magkakasama, matagal na yung pinagsamahan nila, marami nang napanalo ng liga, kailangan po talaga ng matinding preparation para dito sa podium finish na hinihintay ng lahat.
Well, ang dami na nandiyan sa pool na yan at talagang pinakamalalaking pangalan sa volleyball and kaming mga fans, very excited to see all of you together at yung mga pangalan na yon na nandun. But, you know, of course, at the end of the day, mamimili sila ng final lineup na ipapasok dyan sa SEA Games. So, alam ko mahirap na magbuhat ng sariling bangko. So, I will ask you tungkol sa isa't isa. Ikaw muna, Ria, tatanungin ko, bakit dapat si Ces masama dyan sa national team para sa Southeast Asian Games?
Well, kung titingnan din natin talaga yung performance ni Ces, kahit naman saan talaga maaasahan mo siya, sa blocking, sa atake, sa receive, sa depensa, as in all around talaga siya. Kaya ala akong duda talaga dyan. Kaya nabubwisit talaga ako pag may nagbabash sa kanya. Hindi nila na-appreciate yung hirap ng tao. Kaya nakita naman nila kung paano mag-perform yung tao na pag kailangan ng team, lalo na ng team, yung tao. Yan, si Ces. Talagang gumagawa talaga siya kahit na may masakit dyan, may iniinday ang injury. Ala yan, basta maglalaro yan na maayos.
Ikaw naman, Ces, alam ko na kilala mo si Ria. And sabi nga ni Ria, it's her first time to be in the pool for the Southeast Asian Games. Bakit si Ria dapat mapili para sa Southeast Asian Games?
Ang hirap pala nito, sir. I think kilala naman ng lahat and I think napapanood naman din ng lahat ng mga audience natin kung paano maglaro din si Riri and makikita natin na kayang-kaya niya i-dominate yung depensa natin sa taas ng net. So, I think wala po akong duda kung mapipili siya para sa ating final lineup and I think mas makakatulong din siya sa team ngayon. At lalo na first time niya, mas marami pa siyang experience na makukuha na pwede niya dalhin sa mga susunod pa nating liga ng bansa.
Sana nakikinig lahat ng mga mamimili dito, no? Lalo-lalo na si Coach Jorge. Talking about Coach Jorge, bagong coach ng national team, anong impression niyo sa kanya? Have you met him at all, Ria and Ces? Na-meet niyo na ba siya?
Bale ako po, nakasama ko na siya last time yun sa Thailand po na liga namin sa AVC.
Okay. Anong impression mo sa kanya?
Sobrang siya na tao, yung coach na matutok sa mga basic talaga. As in pa ulit-ulit yung gagawin talaga hanggang sa makuha mo talaga. Kaya maganda din, feel ko magiging maganda din yung magiging result namin sa SEA Games. Basta makapag-training lang kami ng maaga.
Ikaw, Ces, anong reaction mo or impression mo kay Coach Jorge?
Actually, sir, di pa kami nag-meet ni Sir, ni Coach, pero sa meeting po namin, sa mga Zoom meeting namin, doon ko po lang po siya nakita and medyo hindi pa po kami masyadong magkakilala. So, wala pa po ako masabi about the impression.
Dapat ipakilala ka mabuti ni Ria sa kanya para siguraduhin na natin makapasok yan. Alright, before I let you go, you are playing a very tough team bukas, no, linggo, sa yung F2 Logistics. At actually kahapon, they all again won. That 2 wins na kagad ang F2 at talagang nagpapakita ng lakas. How are you preparing for this one, Ria? Paano ang game plan ninyo laban sa F2 Logistics?
Naku, malaking sikreto po yan.
Pero are you excited to play them? Finally, maglalaro ulit kayo?
Syempre, lahat naman po kami excited talaga na makalaban ulit yung F2 kasi wala sila last time eh. So, inaabangan din talaga sila ng ibang teams. So, makikita na lang po natin sa Sunday. Hindi po kahit na ano, abangan na lang po natin sa Sunday.
Ces, are you confident na yung harapan ninyo, nila Majoy, nila Abby Maranyo will be an exciting one? And are you confident na kaya ninyong sabayan itong F2 Logistics?
I think, sir, hindi ko rin masasagot yan dahil ayaw ko rin magsalita na tapos. Pero we prepared, yun lang po ang sinasabi namin na talaga naghanda kami dahil hindi lang F2 pero lahat ng team kailangan talagang paghandaan ngayong season. And yun din po, kailangan talaga namin maging healthy yung body namin and injury-free while nagpe-prepare kasi mahirap maglaro ng may iniinda. Kaya yun po.
Alright. Well, as a final question, and I know this is personal to you, are you happy sa inyong bagong tahanan, Cignal HD Spikers? Ces, ikaw muna.
Sobrang saya ko, sir, kasi hindi lang bagong trabaho yung binigay nila sa akin, pero bagong pamilya talaga yung binigay din nila dito sa akin sa Cignal family. And gusto ko lang mag-thank you po talaga sa management, the whole management and yung managers, the coaches, yung mga teammates ko kasi hindi nagiging mahirap yung trabaho dahil napakadaling pakisamahan ng bawat isa.
Ria?
Siyempre po, so super happy din po kasi sobrang laki din ng tiwala na binigay sa amin ng mga boss namin dito na kinuha nila kami para sa Cignal. And wala naman kami naging sobrang hirap na adjustments dito kaya sobrang winelcome nila kami ng super open arms. Yun.
And I'm sure that they're very happy with you, with the way you performed, especially in your first game. At marami pang isusukli kayo sa mga susunod na laro. Ces and Ria, good luck sa inyong laban and we will continue to support you and of course monitor all of your games. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsama dito sa Power.
Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
Mga kaibigan, ang ating mga kasama sa Cignal HD Spikers, Ces Molina at si Ria Meneses. Ang gandang laban yan. Bukas po yan. Cignal kontra F2 Logistics. Kahapon itong F2 nanalo laban sa Cherry Tigo. 2 wins in a row. Ang Cherry Tigo medyo dumidelikado 0-2. Samantalang nanalo din ang Choco Mucho kontra naman Black Mamba Army. So napakagandang laban sa PVL. Of course, over One Sports po yan dito sa Cignal TV. Alright, bago natin ipasok ang ating In the Spotlight, ito muna, balikan muna natin ang ating special moments sa kasaysayan ng palakasan sa ating This Week in Sports History. March 18, 1995 o 27 years ago, inanunsyo ni Michael Jordan ang kanyang unretirement sa basketball gamit lang ang dalawang salita. I'm back. Yan lang ang sinabi ni MJ sa kanyang facts, pero mala tsunami ang epekto niyan hindi lang sa mundo ng boxing or ng basketball. Sold out agad ang mga tickets sa mga laro ng Bulls. Di nagkampiyon sa kanyang pagbabalik noong taon na yon dahil wala pa sa kondisyon si Jordan. Pero agad naman niyang binawi ang kanyang trono sa makasaysayang second three-peat ng Bulls mula 1996 hanggang 1998. Lahat ng yan nagsimula sa dalawang salita. I'm back. Michael Jordan unretires after 2 years with his iconic I'm back this week in sports history. Wow, what a day. Of course, Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest player of all time. Talaga namang nakakatuwa yung araw na yon na narinig natin yung mga salitang I'm back. Well, ngayon po, kagaya po ng ating laging ginagawa sa ating palatuntunan, nilalagay po natin ang spotlight natin sa mga NSA na naghahanda para sa Southeast Asian Games. At ngayon po, ito po ang ating itatampok sa ating In the Spotlight. Ngayong araw pong ito, Sepak Takraw ang ating itatampok sa In the Spotlight at makakasama natin no other than the President ng Philippine Sepak Takraw Association Inc. at siya rin po ang POC Deputy Secretary General. Walang iba kundi si Ma'am Karen Caballero. Magandang umaga po, Ma'am Karen. Uy, medyo yung audio ni Ma'am Karen mukhang wala pa. Tingnan natin. Mabubuksan natin yung audio. Ma'am Karen? Check natin yung audio Tingnan natin. Kung makukuha natin. Mukhang galing sa workout si Ma'am Karen So, ang Sepak Takraw, of course, mga kaibigan, let's see. Ma'am Karen, are you on the line now?
Yes, I can hear you, Com. Good morning po.
Yun! Mukhang galing ka sa workout, Ma'am. Na-disturbo ka ba namin?
It's okay. I ran this morning in UP, Diliman. It's finally open, Com.
Ba talaga pala pong fit na fit din kayo aside from being a very busy executive ng sports. Talagang mukhang fit na fit po kayo. Ma'am Karen, I don't wanna take up too much of your time. Tinatampok po natin ang Sepak Takraw ngayong araw na to. And of course, as I always ask a lot of the NSA presidents, dumaan po tayo sa napakahirap na panahon. How was the Sepak Takraw Association affected by the pandemic? And of course, yung pong mga programa ninyo, Ma'am Karen.
Yes, Com. Thank you for having me, no? Greatly affected tayo the past 2 years since the pandemic, but we were able to just have the maintenance upkeep via online training. But officially, the team has entered the bubble training sa Bulacan Sports Complex middle of January all the way to March 9 of 2022 before we push for Hanoi in time for the 31st Southeast Asian Games ko.
How do you plan, Ma'am Karen, before we go to the Southeast Asian Games campaign, how do you plan po to restart yung mga grassroots at elite programs ninyo? Ngayon na nagbubukas na ang ating bansa, lalong-lalo na sa larangan ng sports, Ma'am Karen.
Yes, Coach. We separated a training for grassroots, pero simultaneous.
Mm-hmm.
So there are international accredited national coaches that are going around currently in Mindanao and Visayas to all our 42 clubs across the country. Back to basic, yes, we have 42 SEC-registered clubs of Sepak Takraw in the country. So back to basic training. Of course, we're still minding health and safety protocols. And at the same time, for national coaches are specifically assigned for the bubble training of our national team in preparation, not just for the Southeast Asian Games, but also for the 19th Asian Games in Hangzhou, China this September.
All right. Would you say, 42 clubs para sa Sepak Takraw, and that is quite a feat. Would you say, Ma'am Karen, that lumalaki na, growing an interest sa Sepak Takraw?
It's been there, especially in the Mindanao region and Visayas. Ano lang talaga it was a matter of and it was a matter for the NSA to set the opportunity and the stage for these clubs. So the SEA Games was a very great catalyst for getting back the interest and for these grassroots to identify themselves with the sports again. So we're very happy kaya 2020 is not just for elite Sepak Takraw. It is all about going back to our roots and getting in touch with our clubs to enhance training for grassroots.
Actually, Sepak Takraw is a very exciting game. Nanonood po kami ng a few of the videos online, and talagang it is a sport that Filipinos will enjoy dahil ang bilis ng aksyon, ang bilis ng puntos, and very exciting. Alam naman natin ang Pilipino mahilig sa points, parang basketball, no? Ma'am, well, talking about Sepak Takraw in the Southeast Asian Games, you had 5 medals in the 2019 edition ng Southeast Asian Games dito sa Maynila. And of course, two of the 5 were gold medals. Kamusta po ang, sabi nyo nga, nasa bubble training ang inyong team? How has it progressed, and what is your prediction for our team para po sa Hanoi Southeast Asian Games?
The spirits are high and the morale is high for our national team. But I do not want to give undue pressure sa ating coaches and athletes. Siyempre, it's a challenging task to defend our title. That's 2 golds. But we take comfort on the fact na pati yung mga Southeast Asian neighbors natin na pandemya din. So, with the playing field na patag, puso, preparation, at lahat ng support na kailangan ng team lang natin, ibigay natin. But the minute they step inside the field of play, it's their show. So we just have to give them whatever they need prior.
What's
the
up,
best
mga
way we
amigos?
know how. But the show is there.
Opo. Ma'am, ilan po ang nasa national pool right now? How many players are there, and who are the players to watch out for? Para lang natin mabigyan ng suporta itong mga malalarong ito.
Those who won gold, ayaw na namin magdalawang, we don't want to take chances. And that's a promise we gave to POC President Congressman Tolentino na kung sino ang nag-gold noong 2019, yung mga seniors natin, sila pa rin ang isi-field natin.
Okay.
Kasi ang task kasi, ang challenge kasi talaga sa tall order to defend their title or at least, have a decent finish or standing. I mean, from first, parang hindi naman yata masakit sa dibdib kung tayo ay bumagsak sa 6. Diba, Com? So, we do not take chances. We currently have 13 male athletes, but we're sending 6. And those are the medalists in our 2019 campaign. So, yung mga veterano at medalista po natin ng isasabak natin sa SEA Games at Asian Games po.
Ma'am, hindi ba mahirap? Alam natin ang Sepak Takraw is about playing games, and kailangan may teams on per side. Hindi ba mahirap ngayon, lalo na ngayon na hindi pa tayo nakakalabas masyado, nasa bubble training kayo, na makakuha ng competitive games para ang ating mga players ay magkaroon ng more competition for their training in preparation for the Southeast Asian Games? In other words, may plano ba ho kayong padala itong mga players natin elsewhere para bago sila sumabak sa Mayo, makapaglaro muna sila?
Challenging, Come. Of course, their safety and welfare is paramount for the NSA. So, we are very confident naman sa capacity ng ating national coaches who are all trained abroad, who had experiences abroad, periodization, and mostly, actually, I'm after their mental wellness as well.
Okay.
Na kaya nila to despite all the challenges na inabot natin the past 2 years. We need not just to strengthen their physical condition, but their mental wellness as well.
All right. Well, ma'am, in terms of funding, kamusta po ang funding ng...
For SEA Games.
Opo. Ma'am, kamusta po ang funding ng Sepak Takraw Association?
Thank you, PSC. Kaka-release lang last week ng ating SEA Games specific budget. But the past month naman, bayanihan ang nangyari sa aming NSA. Bayanihan.
Importante naman talaga na talagang magkaroon tayo ng tulungan. Kung meron ho mga interesadong sumama sa Sepak Takraw at matuto ng itong sport na to, ma'am, ano ba ho dapat nilang puntahan?
we have our NSA is open for clubs because we want structure and transparency, So they can visit our Facebook page. It's Pilipinas Sepak Takraw. You can find us. You can leave us a message, and we will encourage more of club-based kasi mas nakaka-reach out kami sa clubs. Mas we believe in the power of the community talaga to encourage our sport. So lang po, sa Facebook po, available kami. Look for us, Pilipinas Sepak Takraw. Leave us a message and we'll reply to everyone. And we give those grassroots training to our clubs for free.
All right.
For free.
All right. Well, we wish you all the best, Ma'am Karen. And we certainly are continuing our support para sa ating Philippine Sepak Takraw national team. And we look forward to having you one day in the show. Marami po salamat sa inyong panahon. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Tom.
Mga kaibigan, ang Pangulo po ng Philippine Sepak Takraw Association, Inc., si Ma'am Karen Caballero. Of course, she's also the Deputy Secretary General ng Philippine Olympic Committee. Good luck sa ating Sepak Takraw team sa Southeast Asian Games. Alright, bago tayo magtapos, ang dami na po nagpadala ng kanilang mga kuro-kuro, mga komentaryo sa ating pinupulsuhan ngayong araw na to. Fearless forecast nyo sa natitirang dalawang do-or-die games, Ginebra kontra Tokentex at Alaska kontra NLEX. Mamaya po magaganap na yan. Ang dami na pong nagpadala ng kanilang mga komentaryo. I'd just like to acknowledge many of them. Bench Nitch Uy, ang haba ng kanyang sinabi sa Facebook. Maraming salamat. Ruel Navales Bagongko, Alaska versus Ginebra sa semis. Ang kanyang sinasabi, isa sa fierce rival ng Alaska ang Ginebra. As this would be their final conference in the PBA, it would be fitting to have a series against a former rival. Si Joey Vitales, hopefully Ginebra versus Alaska in semis. Ped Esperida, Butchoy Laron Valentin, Ginebra versus Alaska. Marami pa po nagpadala sa atin dito. Jason Contreras, Meralco on SMB. Doon naman sa Twitter, ang dami rin pong nagpadala. Si Estan, Ginebra and Alaska will clinch it. Si Iceman Superstar, NLEX and TNT out on top. Yan ang kanya. Mike Jimenez, Sir Noli, the Ginebra yan to semis because they have the momentum and I don't think newly import of Tokentex will absorb shot system right away. Go Jinkings. Mark Suba, Beermen Nation, Dipsido, ang dami po nagpadala sa atin ng kanila mga kuro-kuro. But ang ating pong napili na manalo ng ating dalawang gift certificate mula sa Chooks to Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan para po sa ating pulso ng bayan ngayong araw na to ay mula sa Twitter, mula kay @Darth_Ali. Ang sabi niya, Alaska and Ginebra for semis. Ganda storyline, traditional rivals facing for the last time. Coach Cone eliminating the Aces or Aces beating its former legendary coach. Maraming salamat kay Darth Ali. At yung huli nating napili ay mula naman kay Gilbert Nas Montejo sa Facebook. For me, Aces and Kings because Alaska one last ride. Ginebra never say die spirit. Papadalan po namin kayo ng private message para makuha ninyo ang instructions. Padala nyo po yung inyong pangalan, contact number, and of course yung address sa amin either sa Twitter o sa Facebook. Alright mga kaibigan, that'll do it for us this week sa ating isa na namang Sabado ng Power and Play. Thank you to all of you who joined us today, sa ating lahat po ng ating mga guests at lahat po ng mga taga-suporta ng Power and Play. Abangan nyo po sa susunod na sa atin ang Inay Ko Po. Kagaya ng lagi po nating sinasabi, tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit. And of course, sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH Teleservisyo para sa Pilipino. Happy Sports Weekend mga kapatid! More power, more play!
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo, ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipinas. yung talento natin ng bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, chumbe, shibay, lakay, amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Game over na! Next Saturday ulit, Noli Iyala Power and Play sa Radyo 5 92.3 News FM.
Ang daming okasyon!
Let's make it special! May magsala